What's up, guys? So we are celebrating halfway to Halloween, or a term that I heard before I like to call Maloween. I don't know if it's a thing. So yeah, come on and celebrate with me. So this was encouraged by our good friend Tracy from Nerd Squish. So I figured, it's halfway to Halloween. I love Halloween. So challenge accepted, Tracy. So here we go. To most of us, Halloween and horror is an everyday thing. Just we only get to actually physically celebrate it with the cooler weather, the decorations that are constantly out for a month, just for 1 month of the year. So, but in spirit and in our soul, it is with us every day, all year round. So here we go. Question number 1. Are you a fan of haunted houses? So, growing up, I was not into the scary stuff. I did Halloween, loved trick-or-treating, but when it came to horror movies or haunted houses, that wasn't happening. I went to my first haunted house when I was 10, 12 maybe, and it was a fire station, and firefighters have really demented minds, because that scared the holy hell out of me. I didn't step foot into a haunted house till my freshman year of high school, and the only reason I stepped into it was because my best friends volunteered at a haunted house that is no longer around, called Chinchuba Haunted House. So of course, these were my best friends, new friends that I'm trying to, kind of blend in with. So I volunteered with them. And this turned my life upside down. It's what I became. And after that, I started going back to haunted houses and walking through them. And that started a whole other thing. And now, me and my wife, friends, we do it every year. We like to go to it's not local. It's about an hour from where we live. It's called Rise Haunted House. It's in Tickfaw, Louisiana. That is one we like to visit every year. So it doesn't take much. Well, I'm sorry. It takes a lot to make me jump and get freaked out into these things. Last year, we walked through Rise, and I jumped about maybe 5 times. So that's a lot. That means they're just that good. And they also have this interactive thing that they do called the Asylum. That's pretty cool. We also try to do Halloween Horror Nights once a year, which is a favorite of ours. Longer drive, but we do that to kind of celebrate our wedding anniversary. Our anniversary is October 22nd, but we usually go before that, a couple weeks before that, or a month before it, just to celebrate, have fun. That's kind of our wedding anniversary gift, and treat ourselves. So yeah, haunted houses, a big yes. Question number 2. What's your favorite ghost story or haunted lore? So, being that I live in Louisiana and just right outside of New Orleans, we're known to be a very haunted state and city. And there are quite a few urban legends, like the Rougarou, is pretty well known down here. Not my favorite story though. My favorite is one that is not really known. So where I used to live, like right down the road, around the corner, there's a long street, or road, I'm sorry, called Old Barataria. It connects with just Barataria, but this is called Old Barataria. There's a certain spot where you pass up the neighborhoods and it's just pitch blackness, woods, and like a little fishing area to the side that eventually leads to another highway called Highway 90 that leads to like a bunch of other stuff. So the story of this road is you can either see a hanging body hanging from a tree or a headless hitchhiker. So we used to drive on this road late at night, just at random times, whenever we feel like it, we were bored, just to see if we see something. Friends have seen or claim to have seen orbs on the road. I have not seen any of that. The strangest thing I did see, we were driving there and we saw this very pale lady walking on the side of the road, like pale. Like literally looked like she was dressed like a ghost. And we didn't drive too far. Turned around and that lady was not there. She just disappeared. So either it was a ghost or it was a very pale person who just so happened to plot somewhere on the side or wherever or go home. But it was strange. But that would be my favorite personal story coming from Louisiana. And there are plenty out there, so you can research and see there is a plethora of them out there. Question number 3. Do you plan on Halloween decor hunting this year? If so, what items do you hope to find? So I've been lazy the last few years of decorating. The main reason is we usually get hit with tropical storms or hurricanes a lot. And when we get warnings or watches, I have to go out, take all the decorations, bring them back inside. And the few times I had to do it, it was a false alarm. And I did it for nothing. And it just kind of annoyed me. And I was like, you know what? I'm not doing this no more. I don't want to do it. So last year we decorated just some small stuff. We're gonna probably buy 1 or 2 things. We're trying to get back into the habit of doing that again. So there's really nothing like particular I'm looking for. Just gonna kind of look and see what they got, as long as it's not like hella expensive. I've been wanting to make my own tombstones for the last couple of years. I know how, learning from when I volunteered at the haunted houses. I just need to get around to actually doing it. So we'll see what happens, And we also like to go to not Hobby Lobby, Home Goods and TJ Maxx. They always have really, really cool Halloween stuff. We usually go like every weekend to those places to look around. There's nothing particular I'm looking for yet. Usually we'll see photos like people will post or videos. They're like, hey, look what I found. And then that's when we're like, okay, that's what we're hunting for. So I guess whatever really cool item is out this year from those places, that's what we're going to go search for. So yeah, we'll see what happens. Question number 4, candy corn, love it or hate it? Hate it. As a kid, loved it. When I would get it, going trick-or-treating, I would eat it all. Loved it. Year before the pandemic, my wife bought a bag for me just to be nice, and because she knew I liked it and she didn't. Brought it to the haunted house I was working at the time. Opened it, took a handful, ate it. Like, okay. Took another handful, ate that. Then gave the rest of the bag to whoever wanted it. That's when I realized as an adult, I hate candy corn. I loved sweet stuff, way, way too much sugar for me for this. So I like the look and the design of candy corn, like it's cute. Like I have nothing against that. But as far as like eating it, nah, it's not me no more. Sorry for all you candy corn lovers.
Question number 5. Are you big into costumes and dressing up for Halloween? If so, what's your favorite costume of all time?
So I don't really dress up for Halloween just because like I did all the haunted housing for so many years volunteering that I got I don't like makeup. Masks are cool for a little bit and then they get hot and sweaty and you can't breathe. Costumes get very, very hot. And you don't want to just go to I'm an adult. I don't want to go to Party City or Walmart and buy a costume. I want it to look cool. I want it to look real, and I can't sew. My wife can't sew, so as far as like custom making it, can only do it to an extent. And I just want to, wherever I'm at for Halloween, I just want to be relaxed, comfortable. Um, Now, I'm not going to say never say never. I mean, I'm not against doing it again. I might one year, decide to do it again. As far as favorite costume, I'm going to go with the only time I ever cosplayed at a convention. It's a horror convention we go to every year called Texas Frightmare. And I decided, you know what? I want to do something. So I purposely waited for this Grandma Moo to go on sale really cheap at Walmart. It went down to like $5. I bought that, ordered a wig online. I already had the fake butcher knife, and I went as Norman Bates. And for the most part, it was pretty comfortable walking around. Wasn't too bad until about like the last hour I wore it, then I started to sweat, started to get hot. The wig started to get itchy, and that's when I was like, okay, this has got to come off. But for the most part, it was actually a very comfortable costume to wear. And I got like so many like, hey, it's Norman Bates. A lot of people stopped and took a photo with me, so they got it. And, it was cool. It was fun. I've actually considered doing it again. So we'll see what happens.
Question number 6. What is one activity or experience that is on your spooky season bucket list this year?
I think every year to hopefully make it to Halloween Horror Nights is always on my list. And probably carving a pumpkin. I've been saying for the last probably 5 years that I'm going to buy a pumpkin and carve it. Never do. I want to try and do that this year. I have the time. Pumpkins are not expensive. Like, I want to try and do that. Now, there's 2 things that have been on my bucket list for years that I've never done. Probably won't happen this year. Probably won't happen ever, but I'm keeping my fingers crossed. And those 2 things are, I've never been to a pumpkin patch. I want to do that so bad. Mostly, I want to do a corn maze. I want to be in the middle of a cornfield maze with map, no map, don't care, stranded for 2 hours trying to find my way out, as long as, there ain't no clowns there. Not afraid of clowns, it's just a clown in a cornfield joke. That is highly on my bucket list. I want to do that so bad. I think it's fun. I mean, I've done regular mazes, but I think this would be fun. So we'll see.
Question number 7. What book series or movie screams Halloween to you?
So as far as books, I mean, anything horror, I guess, will work. But since it's Halloween, I want to get technical, like of something that takes place on Halloween. And the three things that come to my mind is R.L. Stine's Halloween Night, R.L. Stine's Goosebumps, The Haunted Mask, and there's an extreme horror book. It's this one right here. You can see it. It's called The Dark Side of Hell by Patrick C. Harrison III. I got that book at a convention last year. Went up to the vendor and the guy's like, hey, you like Halloween? You like really gory, messed up stuff? Well, this is a book for you. And just those words, I was like, all right, sold. It is a very extreme, messed up book. It is splatterpunk. But it takes place on Halloween night. So I would consider that in this book series. Now, as far as movies go, that's tough. I love horror, especially horror movies. And I can talk horror movies for hours. But again, this is Halloween we're talking about. So let's get technical about movies that take place on Halloween that are must. The first choice is obviously Halloween. And I'm not just saying the first one. I mean, any of the Halloween movies. The two that I always have to watch is the original and 3. 3 is my favorite. Another one that is more important to watch during that season is Trick or Treat. It takes place on Halloween. As long as you follow the rules, Sam will leave you alone. It's an awesome anthology film taking place, all connecting on this one Halloween night. You can go found footage. There's 2 of those that take place during the Halloween season that leads up to Halloween night. There's The Houses October Built, which some of that was actually filmed here, and Hell House LLC. Those, I would say, are worthy. Terrifier 1 and 2 takes place on Halloween night. Art's kind of becoming the new, face of Halloween next to Sam. And that's all I could think of on top of my head as far as like Halloween. I mean, you can watch there's so many things that would connect during that month. Like Freddy, Jason, Hatchet, Hellraiser, Chucky, like Leatherface. There's just so many that you feel like you have to watch during that month. Phantasm, Tales from the Crypt, but it's just so hard to do, but it's manageable. Watch 1 or 2 a night and you can get most of it out the way. But that's what I would call for the movie portion of this question. So if I miss something, then God help me.
Question number 8. How do you typically spend your Halloween night?
So the last few years, longer than a few years, we usually go by our best friend's house. And they had a kid 2 years ago. The wife is a nanny. I'm just Uncle D. But now we definitely go for him. Watch him trick or treat, watch him grow up. Just hang out, eat some food, talk, give out candy to the trick or treaters we do get. That's really all we do. We just hang out. There's been one or two times where we had to cancel, and me and my wife would just sit at home, watch a horror movie, and snack. In the past, I've been to other just Halloween get-together parties. Nothing like crazy, like with alcohol and loud music, just hanging out, watching trick-or-treaters, and just having fun. Like, the only sad thing, though, I feel like Halloween doesn't feel the same like it used to. Like, it's changed. I don't know if it's just because I'm older now or what, but it doesn't feel like Halloween no more. Like, usually when it's here, I'm like, oh, it's Halloween. And then the day after, I'm like, it's over. Like, it just doesn't feel like it. And the month goes by so fast. I feel like it's the only month of the year that goes by the quickest out of everything because it's the one that I'm looking forward to the most. So it's just different. But sometimes, just hanging out, relaxing, it's all it takes is just to be, happy with some things. And even though it doesn't feel the same, doesn't mean you can't, make new memories and stuff.
Question number 9. What does Halloween mean to you?
Growing up as a kid, the thing I loved the most was the trick-or-treating, but the cartoons that they used to play on TV based off of Halloween. Like they had the Garfields Halloween special. They had a few Disney stuff. Ghostbusters had one. And even though I was a chicken growing up as a kid, not liking horror movies, but I loved the holiday. I loved the feeling, the smell, the candy, the dressing up. Like I loved being somebody I wasn't. It was fun. It was like, and it was a different time. And I thought decorations like in the 90s were so awesome. I wish I can go back and just buy a bunch of those decorations. And now where I'm at now in life, and I have progressed with the whole horror and Halloween, and just become my life. Like I feel like I'm a real life Gomez, just without the mustache, and I don't eat and drink some of the weird stuff that they do. But it's just like it's my life. I love it. I love everything about it. And I feel like a lot of us can't live without it. So, you know, to some people who are obsessed with Christmas, I'm obsessed with Halloween. So it's just something we need. It's a comfort for us. And the people you meet that love like Halloween and horror as much as you do, they're the most down to earth people like ever. And not to mention how many like people that love comedy movies, like how many people you see with like Adam Sandler's face tattooed to them. Probably not many, but you'll see a Freddy, a Jason, a Chucky, a whatever, like so many tattooed on their body. That it's just that big. So it's important, and I love it. But wrapping all that up, that's my take on this halfway to Halloween. It's gonna be here before you know it. Within the next 2 or 3 months, Home Goods and TJ Maxx should be getting their Halloween stuff. So that'll be me and my wife's weekend, trips to go look, spend money. I can't wait for the haunted houses. I can't wait for freaking Halloween Horror Nights to start announcing something. Like, give me ticket sales at least, bro. Like, I get Epic Universe is about to open, but like some of us, we kind of need this because we got to take off, and we can't take off until we know this. So come on. And the haunted houses, the decor, like I'm ready for everything. But either way, I live, breathe, bleed this stuff every day. I mean, most of the time I'm picking a horror movie to watch. So, but I hope y'all enjoyed this. I tried my best, but I did it. That's all that counts. So thank you, Tracy, for, doing this with Nerd Squish. Um, Again, you encouraged us. I did it. Anybody who is watching this, I encourage you. Like, do this. It's fun. Just do it. Even if you don't have a podcast, a YouTube video, just record yourself and post it. Share it. Let's all hear like our, different things. It's exciting. So this is David with Room 217 podcast, aspiring filmmaker, hopefully one day. Give this a like, subscribe to my channel, or our channel, because I include my wife in the podcast too. Most of all, have a happy Halloween this year and stay spooky, people.